Hello, hello. What is up? What's up? Hiya. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good. You saw the notification and you were like, I'ma drop by. Nice. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Hope things are going well for you. I know that things have been a little weird, but always appreciate you dropping in. So, hope you're doing good. Nathan, nice to see you too. Akash and Sanjay and Appa now. Appa, I saw that you got your Pixelmon server up. Maybe we will jump on that after some office hours today. It's college app season, so this office hours is your stress break. Wow. I guess that's a good thing. Wait, it's college app season right now? Shouldn't college apps already have been done? You mean season in which you hear whether or not you were accepted? It's like right after. Well, hopefully your stress level decreases and you hear good news. Have you heard any news yet? I know some people have heard some things. I know that the news has been trickling in for some people. I've heard some good news. I've heard some bad news. I've heard some wait lists. I've heard a variety of things. So hopefully you're hearing good news. It's your decision-making time. The ball is in your court at this point. So you have to make a decision of where you want to go. That's always actually a little bit trickier when you have to make the decision. Like waiting to hear whether you've been accepted or not. There's less pressure because it's like, well, either I'm in or I'm not, and there's nothing I can really do about it. But when you have to make the decision, now you're like, all right, it's all on me. Akash, no, it says just chatting. Yeah, it says just chatting for me when I look at the notification. At least on the Discord it does. You've heard everything now. Nice. Average news? Okay. Hey, average is better than bad, I suppose, if you want to look at it in a positive light. Trying to stay in Cali. Hey, the weather in California is fantastic. You really can't beat California as far as climate goes. So I don't blame you. I mean, I've lived in California for not my whole life, but most of my life. I've been here since I was 12. The beginning of my life, I was on the East Coast in places that were definitely chilly, had those really snowy winters. Vermont. What's up, Ashi? Your first question is about the immune system. Why is it that infected cells stop making MHC1? Good question. We can look that up. Except the forest fires. That's a good point, Akash. The wildfires in California are pretty not so much fun, and also they are getting worse as time goes on, unfortunately, due to a variety of reasons. A little bit of climate change, a little bit of poor forest management, a little bit of irresponsibility on the behalf of people, you know. Wasn't one of the fires last year set by a gender reveal party? Am I still a vegan? So here's what mostly yes. I do eat animal product on occasion. It depends. So there's two reasons. Maybe three reasons why I would eat an animal product. One, if it's a very special occasion and I want to treat myself to a really nice meal. Two, if I'm at somebody's house and they're offering food, I won't reject their food based off of my preferences. So that's another reason. So just to be hospitable to somebody who's offering me something. And three, if it's going to go to waste otherwise, then I'll eat it. But I when I go grocery shopping on a weekly basis to buy my food for my, standard diet throughout the week, I try to be as vegan as possible. But yeah, I would say every once in a while I will splurge a little bit. And usually when I buy something that's non-vegan, it's usually either ice cream or cheese. Those are my two weaknesses. Unfortunately. Ice cream and cheese. That's the tough one. It's just hard to find a good cheese and ice cream substitute. Like, there's good meat substitutes. I actually really like Beyond Meat, Beyond Beef. Yeah, so what are my pronouns? He, him. That's my pronouns. Yeah, being vegan is very difficult. So the way I look at veganism is I want to, and this is sort of like maybe like a weird moral justification that I do to get myself out of having to be a very, very, very strict vegan, is I say to myself, okay, first of all, it's not fair that I have to be 100% vegan all the time and never eat meat, because that's placing an undue burden on me to counteract all of the people who eat a lot of animal products. Right? So my idea is I will behave and act in such a way, whereas if everyone acted the way that I do, we wouldn't have the issues associated. We wouldn't have like the moral issues. We wouldn't have the environmental issues associated with our, animal agriculture, which is what I just explained before, where it's, eating vegan most of the week, but on occasion, due to either I want to have a nice, something that it's tasty, that's an animal product once in a while, or if it's going to go to waste or someone offers it. So that's kind of that's the sort of framework that I look at it through. I call it sort of like a practical vegan, where it's like, I can't claim that I'm 100% vegan because I do eat animal products here and there. And I understand that by me eating animal products, I am contributing a little bit to some of the issues associated with it, like we mentioned, like moral and environmental issues. But the amount that I eat is so small that I would argue that if everyone were to do what I did, we wouldn't have to worry as much as we currently do, or if anything. But anyway, that's the way I frame it. But it is tricky to be a vegan, Haya, because of course there's animal products everywhere, and you have to actually spend more money, to be honest. To be one, because it's pricier. Even though it doesn't really make sense. Animal products should be more expensive than plant products because they're higher up on the food chain, so they take more energy to produce. But because of subsidies, and also because a lot of the plant-based meats and stuff like that are expensive because they're not widely available, they're not mass-produced like meat is, so they suffer from an issue of scale. And they're, all these companies are relatively new, and a variety of reasons. So. Oh gosh, you just ate both. My guy. Am I in a relationship? Are you in a relationship, Dr. Jones? Oh, no. That is a piece of information that I am not going to reveal at this point in time. It's just the guilt. Which part is the guilt? Like anytime you eat an animal product, Haya, is there a guilt associated with any time you eat an animal product? Because I would argue that's not necessarily that's not necessary. You don't have to feel guilty anytime you eat an animal product. Do I have a mech keyboard? If so, what switches? I do not have a mech keyboard. What mic do I use? This is a Moano. It's like a cheap mic. I just got it off Amazon and just needed something simple. Speaking of environmental issues, this is interesting. A little article here. Tire-related chemical is largely responsible for adult coho salmon deaths in urban streams. Oops, I want to look at the actual article here. A ubiquitous tire rubber derived chemical induces acute mortality in coho salmon. In the U.S. Pacific Northwest, coho salmon stormwater exposure annually causes unexplained acute mortality when adult salmon migrate to urban creeks to reproduce. By investigating this phenomena, we identified a highly toxic quinone transformation product of 6-PPD. We'll just call it 6-PPD. A globally ubiquitous tire rubber antioxidant. Retrospective analysis of representative roadway runoff and stormwater affected creeks of the U.S. West Coast indicated widespread occurrence of 6-PPD quinone at toxic concentrations. These results reveal unanticipated risks of 6-PPD antioxidants to aquatic species and imply toxicological relevance for dissipated tire rubber residues. I don't know if we can see the full text. Nope, we can't see the full text because we are paywalled. So I can't look at what their methods were. But that's kind of scary. Sometimes you like to... What up, Venator? I did beat some bosses yesterday. I actually played a little bit of Hollow Knight today, just when I had some downtime, and I got decently far. I beat another boss. I beat the Hornet girl, with the that little sword thing. You sometimes you'll drink milk or eat ice cream or cheese, and you feel bad right after. You could have avoided it. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat meat, but it's just dairy. Yeah, so Let me see if I can maybe frame that a little for you so that you don't have to feel as guilty. Or here, how about this? The fact that you feel guilty is an acknowledgement that you understand the implications of your actions. That's actually a really important thing, and it's not something that you should dismiss. So our friend here, Corp, says he feels no guilt, or she feels no guilt, and there's a difference, right? If you don't feel guilt, that means that you don't quite understand the full repercussions of your actions. Now, guilt is an interesting thing because guilt by itself is kind of useless and actually counterproductive. But guilt that motivates or that spurs you on to action or to do something is actually beneficial. So it depends. So feeling guilty, it really depends on what it motivates you to do. So instead of looking at your guilt as just this bad thing that's happening, look at it as a potential motivator or an indicator. Zay, is that you? Is that your pronoun? Is that an actual pronoun? Or are you memeing? I beat Hornet quickly. She was actually hard. It took me probably like 4 tries. She was tricky to get to figure out, but I got it. All right, we got to look up Ashi's question. So Ashi, I'm sorry, I was just trying to chit chat with some people before we started into the real science. Why is it that infected cells stop making MHC1? Okay. Hydrate. Erebus, I missed your hydrate, and this is for you as well, Nathan. Oh, he. Good evening, Jeez Louise. That's true, but also working out like I want to and know that I have to, but I never do, and I feel so unhealthy compared to other people. Yeah. I haven't worked out in a solid year. That's not true. I have worked out, but I have been I have really been pretty bad about my exercise over the last year. And I know that feeling of guilt. It's a little bit of like looking at yourself a little bit like you wish you think you could do better. It's almost like a little bit. I would say it's like less guilt. Working out is not really guilt. It's more just like you're like disappointed in yourself for not putting in the appropriate effort. But again, that sort of disappointment in yourself is useless unless you use it to spur you on. So there's like 2 things. Like the way I look at guilt or disappointment or like being very critical of yourself is if you don't do anything with it, it's just bringing you down. So you might as well just not do it. Like don't feel guilty or don't be disappointed in yourself if you're not going to do anything about it. Because now that's just worse. If you can use it to motivate you to do something, then that's great. But it's like one or the other. Don't take the worst case of both worlds where it's like you not only do you feel guilty about something or feel disappointed in yourself and you're like depressed about it, but then you don't do anything and nothing changes. It's just like terrible. What's my biggest motivator to eat healthy and work out? If I'm being honest, it's changed from as I've gone through my life, it's changed. I'll be honest that early when I was younger, my biggest motivator was honestly like aesthetics. Like I wanted to look good. Like that was, I would be lying if I said that wasn't like a big part of my motivation. And so that motivation, I would argue, has gotten less important over time. I would also be lying, and I would imagine anyone will lie. Anyone would be lying if they said the aesthetics, like the look, their look, it plays zero role in their work, in them exercising. But it shifted a little bit more to think about like long-term health. And actually for a while it was because I was doing jiu-jitsu. So actually for performance in my sport, I was competing in jiu-jitsu. So this is before I tore my ACLs and stuff, but I was competing in jiu-jitsu. So that was a part of it, was helping my performance there. But more as I get older and I start to see people in their old age go through these unnecessary health complications, like people who get type 2 diabetes and end up needing to be on dialysis, is just like, oh my God, like I just don't want to be in that situation when I'm older. So the motivation comes from seeing what I don't want my life to be like when I'm 60, 70, 80, right? Looking at somebody who's in their 80s or 90s and still walking around on their own, completely healthy and enjoying life, versus somebody who's in their 60s, who's overweight, who has heart issues, who is in pain, who constantly has to go, get checkups and be on medication. And this is not the life I want. Right. So that's kind of like, there's sort of like two sides. There's like there's something that there's two ways that you can be motivated, right? You can be motivated to go towards something, or you can be motivated to move away from something. And there's sort of like both there, right? Let's see. So this was an interesting article, but we'll come back to it. All right. MHC1, major histone compatibility complex. Are found on the cell surface of all nucleated cells in the bodies of vertebrates. They also occur on platelets, but not on red blood cells. Their function is to display peptide fragments of proteins from within the cell to cytotoxic T cells. This will trigger an immediate response from the immune system against a particular non-self antigen displayed with the help of an MHC class 1 protein. Because MHC class 1 molecules present peptides derived from cytosolic proteins, the pathway of MHC1, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Hiya, is my knee better from jiu-jitsu? That's a complicated question. My knees will never be what they were. I've come to accept that. At my age, I'm in my mid-30s. My knees will never be the way they were prior to my injuries. And so probably I will always have a little bit of both physical and mental insecurities with my knee, right? So there's the physical piece where there's a little bit of pain here and there. They don't bend as well as they used to. They're not as strong as they once were. And mentally, I'm always worried that it's going to happen again because it happened twice, right? So it's like you always worry, like, if I step this way, if I move too fast, maybe it'll happen again. I'll have to go through a whole surgery again. So mentally, you're like, it limits you. But they're completely functional. I can do pretty much anything I really want. I can go on hikes. I can go on runs. I can do most physical activity. But complicated answer. What up, Doom Kaiser? How many words did you understand there? Where? Here? I understood pretty much everything here. This isn't too complicated. This is sort of basic immune system stuff. And so what Ashi's asking is, why is it that these antigen presenting molecules, MHC things are, why are they not, wait, what was the question? Shoot. Let me go back up real quick. Why is that infected cells all stop making MHC1? Why do they stop making MHC1? You didn't understand anything. Cheers, Jeez Louise. So Wikipedia is incredibly reliable. Now, the argument is that, well, it can be manipulated by anybody. There's actually quite a bit of oversight, and the peer review process on Wikipedia is actually very strong, especially for stuff that is well established and well known. Right. So something like this, like MHC class 1 molecules, are very well established. And it's very unlikely that there's going to be somebody who's like trying to troll other people coming in here and making changes to an article about something that's technical like this. And in fact, Wikipedia is very reliable for these kinds of things. Now, would I trust Wikipedia for something like a political issue that might be prone to manipulation by political agendas? Maybe not. But for the most part, Wikipedia is very, very reliable. I have found it to be very reliable. All right, so we got these MHC1 class proteins. The question is, why do infected cells stop producing them? Well, no, but that's not an infected cell does use them, Ashi, because they present the infection to the cytotoxic T cells. So Ashi, I think, like this is what I thought. Like I'm pretty sure that your question doesn't make too much sense, because if a cell is infected, it still produces MHC, and because MHC is the way that an infected cell signals to the immune system that it is infected, and that it needs to be targeted for destruction by a killer T cell. I'm curious why you asked that question. Haya, what if you said you forgot everything you learned in apes except for climate change is bad? Well, hey, is it true though did you really forget everything you learned in apes? I don't believe that. I think there's something else that you remember. You just can't think of it right now. I guarantee you. I guarantee you didn't forget it all. Geez Louise, what would you consider the most objective source? The most objective source, I mean, speaking from a scientific perspective, the most objective sources that we have, that we can think of, are peer-reviewed journal articles that abide by a scientific method. Right. So any article that has been peer reviewed by multiple people that are knowledgeable in that discipline and is being presented in a reputable journal that has been vetted is probably the most reliable source. So, for example, like the Proceedings of the National Academies of Science, PNAS. This is very reliable because this is presenting peer-reviewed articles, right? So this would be pretty reliable. That's what I would argue. So when I look at when I'm trying to research stuff, and again, it's slightly different when you're talking about science, like very clearly, like the hard sciences abide by a scientific method, and so they tend to be more reliable because the base of the research is done via this method that's time tested to be like very, very objective. But when you start to get into other kinds of fields, some of the softer sciences, history, social science, the objective sources become a lot more difficult to find. But they are out there. But you'd have to ask someone who's in that field more. I wouldn't really know. Dylan, what is up? How you doing? Hi, you remember deforestation and mining and overfishing. Hey, there you go. Right? And you just remember that those things are pretty bad. Like, what's bad about... all right, let me see if I can recall. Give me one environmental impact, one negative environmental impact of mining. I'm testing you right now. All right, geez Louise. Cheers. Have a good night. And good luck on your test tomorrow. So Hank Green says that when it gets infected, it stops making the protein. Well, I mean, the title of this journal article kind of disproves that, Ashi. It says, most viral peptides displayed by class 1 MHC on infected cells are immunogenic. This implies that class 1 MHCs exist and are being used on infected cells. Nice, Haya. Yep, erosion. Why is erosion bad? What's bad about erosion? His vid's outdated? Ashi, this is not something that would be like, this is like a very standard, this is known for a long time. This should not be based off of outdatedness. I mean, we can look into this a little bit more. Do you want to link me the video, Ashi? And we can take a peek? Maybe there was more nuance to what he was saying, or maybe the context matters. Kind of forgot. Okay. Well, there's a couple of reasons, right? So like erosion, one of the problems with erosion is that it decreases the soil quality because you're losing the material of the soil. Two, that stuff can get into nearby rivers and creeks and cause an increase in turbidity, or the cloudiness of water, which can impact organisms in the water. What else is erosion? Erosion can cause a little bit of atmospheric pollution because the dust can kick up into the air, which can affect the respiratory systems of nearby animals or humans. Yeah, those are some examples. All right, let's see what this video is. At the 5-minute mark.
Blood and lymph looking for abnormal cells, and are unique in that they can kill your own cells if they are infected with viruses or have become cancerous. How can they tell? A normal, healthy human cell contains a special protein on its surface called MHC1, or Major Histocompatibility Complex. But if it's infected, it stops making that protein. And if an NK cell detects a defective cell, it doesn't swallow it whole like a macrophage. It pokes it with an enzyme that triggers apoptosis, or programmed cell death. Which is pretty awesome. So those are some ways your innate immune cells handle their enemies, but how do they know where to look in the first place? So let's talk strategery. So say you're in a banana.
in anywhere in this video, Ashi, does he talk about how infected cells present an antigen?
as quickly as possible, so it cues up your inflammatory response. This is histamine, like chump. So by
This is just
they cling to
inflammatory.
the capillary walls near the injury.
Wait, we probably have to look at part 2 real quick.
What's true in World of Warcraft is also true in your immune system. To defeat your enemy, you have to know your enemy. Uncover its viruses and bacteria moving around the interstitial of your immune system. That means being able to identify antigens. An antigen could be an invader from the outside.
Wait, I forgot to
world,
say your
like a
name, Haya.
bacterium,
What do you mean?
virus or fungus, or it could be a toxin or a diseased cell within your own body. But in any case, antigens are large signaling molecules not normally found in the body, and they act as flags that get the adaptive immune system riled up. So let's say a flu virus gets inside of you, and it's floating around trying to find a good host cell to start multiplying inside of. Before it finds that cell, hopefully it will be paid a visit by one of the stars of your humoral response, a B lymphocyte. Like all blood cells, these guys originate in your bone marrow, but unlike other white blood cells, they also mature in the bone marrow too. And as a B cell matures, it develops the ability to determine friend from foe, developing both immunocompetence, or how to recognize and bind to a particular antigen, as well as self-tolerance, or knowing how to not attack your body's own
Wait,
cells.
it's not
Since
Haya,
fully
is it
mature,
Hia?
a B lymphocyte displays at least 10,000
it
special
was
protein
Haya.
receptors on its surface. These are its membrane-bound antibodies. All B lymphocytes have them, but the cool thing is every individual
pronounced it the
lymphocyte
way
has its
a
own
ninja
unique
says.
antibodies,
Haya?
each of which is ready to identify and bind to a
Haya?
particular kind
Haya?
of antigen.
It's-
That means that with all of your B lymphocytes together, it's
Hia?
like having 2 billion keys on your immune system's keychain, each of which can only open one door until they meet, producing an army of similar cells, all with the and the cell basically goes into berserker mode. Once activated, the B cell starts cloning itself like crazy, quickly producing an army of similar cells. Antibodies they make work the same. Common, not only that, when B with this immunity blue. Still, acquired immunity plasma of an immune donor. And by
Doesn't talk about antigen presenting cells.
one door. So part of your immune system is its own cells. Once it's fully mature, body, and that means being
So he's,
whether you're protecting yourself from lymph, where they combat viruses and bacteria, moving.
yeah, he doesn't talk about antigen presenting cells here, so, or APCs. Viha, yes, I do remember Viha. I remember you two because I remember in the beginning when you were both in the same class, I would struggle to remember how to pronounce both of your names because I couldn't remember if it was like Hiya and Viha or Haya and Vaya or Viha and V and Hiya. Like I couldn't remember whose name was pronounced which way, so I would confuse it, but I think I eventually got it. So an antigen presenting cell uses the MHC. So see how this is presenting the antigen. Now, maybe this is what I'm getting confused on. Maybe antigen presenting cells present the antigen to the T cells when they have through MHC, but an infected cell doesn't. Maybe that's what's going on. You got to stop eating those. This is the way I stop eating a snack when I recognize I'm eating too much of something. I go to gum, because you can't really eat food when you're chewing gum, especially really, really minty gum like this. Okay, so Ashi, let me explain. So in order to activate your adaptive immune system that includes B cells and T cells, right? In order to activate that part of your immune system, the specific part, the really effective part of your immune system, the cells need to be the antigen, the particular thing that is infecting you, needs to be presented or shown to your immune cells, to these T cells. So there are certain cells called antigen presenting cells, and their job is to take in some of the antigen and then go to like a lymph node or to find a T cell and literally show them the antigen. Be like, hey, look, we're infected by this. You need to start doing something about it. So you need to activate our immune response, right? So that means make more T cells for this particular antigen to go kill it, increase our B cell production. So it says here, almost all cell types can present antigens in some way. However, professional antigen presenting cells, which are like their main job is to do this, include things called macrophages, B cells, and dendritic cells. And they present these antigens to what we call helper T cells. Okay. Now, helper T cells, they help activate other immune cells by releasing cytokines and sort of kick the immune system into gear. So here's a little diagram that might be helpful. So a macrophage is presenting. Oh, this is using MHC class 2. Interesting. Instead of MHC class 1. So this is using a slightly different class here. But it's the same idea. And then the T cells, once they've seen this antigen, they've been presented it by one of the antigen presenting cells. They will help push forward the immune response. Now, what's interesting is that cytotoxic T cells, or sometimes called killer T cells, which are different than helper T cells, they can be presented an antigen directly. They don't as well. Antigen inside a cell are bound to class 1 MHC molecules and brought to the surface of the cell by class 1, where they are recognized by the T cell. If the TCR of the T cell receptor is specific for that antigen, it binds to the complex of the class 1, and the T cell destroys the cell. What's up, Joe? Unfortunately, you do, if you want to collect those sweet, sweet stars. Wait, I don't really imagine. I can't believe your parents get your names mixed up. I can't believe it. Actually, maybe I can. You had to migrate from YouTube. Let's see. I mean, if we want to get really detailed, we can watch.
One of the most important roles of our immune system, of the leukocytes, the white blood cells of our immune system, is to be able to differentiate and distinguish between the healthy cells of our body and the infected cells, as well as the different types of pathogens that can invade our body. Now, the question is, what exactly allows these leukocytes to not only communicate with one another, but also to distinguish between the healthy cells and our infected cells? Well, it's a complex of proteins found on the membrane of our cells that allows this process.
I'm honestly just trying to read the background that he has up here. I'm not really listening to him. Okay, do you see right here, Ashi? I don't know if you can see this, but right here it says a healthy cell will bind one of its normal peptides, a self-antigen, onto the MHC class 1. When a leukocyte approaches, a white blood cell approaches, it can recognize the healthy cell by the self-antigen, and the leukocyte will therefore leave it alone. Like, oh, okay, you're good, you're fine. In the case of an infected cell, the cell will, hold on, the cell will produce a viral peptide, antigen, and will place it on the MHC class 1. Leukocytes can recognize these foreign antigens, bind to them, and initiate a defense mechanism that can destroy the infected cell. So, yeah, so I think, unfortunately, your boy Hank didn't quite get that one right. It might be true that if an MHC class 1 receptor is not present, then a white blood cell will automatically assume that it is infected and will kill it. But it is also true, according to at least 3 things that we've read so far, that an infected cell can also still use an MHC1 to present an antigen to a white blood cell as well. So I think we have to keep that in mind for something that you're that he didn't quite explain perfectly. I'm sorry to hear that. I wish you all the luck in getting your family to remember your name. Creepy, you went to the DMV today? Nice. What'd you do? What were you there for? Getting your driver's license? Getting your permit? Are you about to get behind the wheel? Should I stay off the roads for the next 6 months? Just in case? Got a learner's permit. Okay. I'll keep my eye out. What kind of car do you drive? All right, I was looking at this article too. A new type of battery that can charge 10 times faster than a lithium-ion battery was created. According to the leader of the team of researchers, professor in the Department of Electrochemistry at St. Petersburg University, Oleg Levin, the chemists have been exploring redox-active nitroxyl-containing polymers as materials for electrochemical energy storage. These polymers are characterized by a high energy density and fast charging and discharging speed due to the fast redox kinetics. One challenge towards the implementation of such a technology is the insufficient electrical conductivity. This impedes the charge collection even with highly conductive additives such as carbon. Looking for solutions to overcome this problem, the researchers from St. Petersburg University synthesized a polymer based on the nickel-silane complex. The molecules of this metallopolymer act as a molecular wire to which energy-intensive nitroxyl pendants are attached. The molecular architecture of the material enables high capacitance performance to be achieved over a wide temperature range. We came up with the concept of this material in 2016. What's up, T-dubs? At the same time, we began to develop a fundamental project, electrode materials for lithium-ion batteries, based on organometallic polymers. I'm always interested in battery technology because I know that battery technology is the single limiting factor for why things like solar power, it's the single limiting, well, not the single, but, well, maybe, but it's one of the biggest limiting factors for implementation of intermittent energy sources like wind and solar, because we have to have a way to store the energy, needing batteries. Wait, everyone's getting their driver's license lately? DMV? What's going on? Is it just that time of year? Hank also mentioned Pyrogen Chemicals. Would you be able to elaborate more? Would you be able to elaborate more on what they do? He said that they go to the hypothalamus and raise the body's thermostat. Would you be able to elaborate on how? I don't know. I've never heard of Pyrogen Chemicals before. We can look them up, though. So it seems like there are endogenous pyrogens that are a class of cytokines, which are a loose, loose category of small proteins important for cell signaling. Okay, so there's some pyrogens that are cytokines that are released by monocytes, which we said are a type of white blood cell. In general, they stimulate chemical responses, often in the presence of an antigen, leading to a fever. Whilst they can be a product of external factors like exogenous pyrogens, they can also be induced by internal factors like damage associated from molecular patterns. Major endogenous pyrogens are like interleukin 1, interleukin 6. These are types of cytokines. These are inflammatory cytokines. Minor ones are like interleukin 8, tumor necrosis factor beta, macrophage inflammatory protein, blah, blah, blah. So these are a bunch of different kinds of pyrogens. They go to the hypothalamus and raise the body's thermostat. Yeah, well, the hypothalamus is responsible for regulating your body temperature. It's one of its functions, that part of your brain. So I'm imagining that these pyrogens, like interleukin 1 and interleukin 6, are released by your body during an immune response. They travel through the blood to your hypothalamus, where they send signals to the neurons in your hypothalamus that tell them to up the temperature of the body. And that's when you get a fever. That's probably how that would work. Sodium ion batteries are the future. Is that true? T-Dub, is that true? The largest advantage of sodium-ion batteries is the high natural abundance of sodium. This could make commercial production of sodium-ion batteries less expensive than lithium-ion. So it's just a matter of the actual element sodium is easier and less expensive than lithium. You mean abundance? Okay, yeah. I don't know the chemistry details regarding Hypothalamus research. SGSU. Okay. Wow, I have 2 SGSUs popped up here. Here, have I heard anything good about SGSU? Yes, I have actually. I've heard that somebody I know's friend was researching sodium-ion batteries at SGSU. I have heard some good stuff about it. Just very recently, in fact. I actually went to SGSU. I attended SGSU from 2013 to 2015 to get my master's in educational leadership, and I did night classes there for 2 years to get that master's degree. So my experience is pretty limited. I didn't interact with the campus at all. I didn't utilize any of the facilities. I literally just showed up at night to attend classes. So I can't really give a good assessment of all of the other stuff associated with it. But I've heard good things from students that have attended it. So I think it's not a bad choice, especially since it's really local and it's cheaper than a lot of potential other colleges. So Ashi, you're asking, how do neurons up the temperature? So basically, how does the hypothalamus regulate temperature? Well, so here the classes that I took were graduate level classes in the field of education. So I can't really comment on any kinds of classes outside of that very narrow range. So here's the problem is, like, every university is going to have better or worse departments, right? So for example, some universities are known for their engineering classes. Some are known for their history. Some are known for their philosophy. Some are known for their chemistry, right? So, me commenting on the quality of classes at a graduate level in a very specific field seems like it wouldn't be that helpful for you. But if I'm being honest, I didn't particularly like them. They were okay. Some of them were okay, but for the most part, I felt like I was just doing busy work just to get my master's. So I would be a little critical, but then again, I don't want you to take that and think that applies to the entirety of the university, because it's the San Jose State is much more than just that very small section that I experienced. Okay, we have temperature-sensitive neurons in the hypothalamus. However, the specific neural pathways and corresponding neural populations have not been fully elucidated. To identify these pathways, we used CFO staining to identify neurons that are activated by a thermal challenge and found induced expression in the subsets of neurons within the ventral part of the lateral preoptic nucleus and the dorsal part of the dorsomedial hypothalamus. Activation of GABAergic neurons in the VLPO using optogenetics reduced body temperature along with the decrease in physical activity. So it looks like there's some neurons in your hypothalamus that are called GABAergic. So these are just a particular subset of neurons in a particular location of your hypothalamus. Optogenetics. What in God's name is optogenetics? Optogenetics most commonly refers to a biological technique that involves the use of light to control neurons that have been genetically modified to express light-sensitive ion channels. Oh, wow. Optogenetics is really interesting, actually. So basically what you do is you genetically modify a neuron or a cell so that there are ion channels that when they are exposed to light, they open or close. So if you can shine a light onto these cells and the ion channels will open and the cell will like do something. So you can literally turn the cells on and off just by shining a light on them, or at least turn a part of the cell on or off, these ion channels. Very, very interesting. Appa, do I want to try Pixelmon now? Can you give me like 15 to 30 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, something like that? I just want to finish up with a couple questions because it looks like I'll jump in a second. But yeah, so I think this is going to be pretty complicated, Ashi. This whole pathway of exactly how the hypothalamus regulates temperature. This article is a little much. I want to just find a more general one. Wow, this was terrible. This article is so short. This article is not good. Not very detailed. Mouse Pillow, what's up? Can I go over the right left atrium and the right left ventricle? When you say can I go over them, I'm not sure what you mean by go over them. Like what their function is? Or where they are on the heart? I mean, I'll just give you a general quick like sketch, right? If this is the heart, this is the right atrium, left atrium, their functions. So, okay, as far as what their functions are, they're literally just to store blood momentarily and then pump the blood to the next location after it. So the right atrium, its function, I guess you could say, is to pump blood to the right ventricle. That's literally its function. And to receive blood from the vena cava. So blood comes in from the vena cava into the right atrium, right? And then the right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the vena cava. So it receives deoxygenated blood from the vena cava. This is coming back from the body. It goes into the right atrium. Then the right atrium contracts and squeezes the blood down into the right ventricle. The right ventricle then contracts and squeezes blood up into the pulmonary artery to bring it to the lungs to pick up oxygen. So we need to draw this fully here. So once the blood goes from the right atrium into the right ventricle, then the right ventricle contracts and squeezes the blood up to the lungs through the pulmonary artery. So this is the pulmonary artery here. Then the blood comes back from the lungs into the pulmonary vein, and now it's oxygenated. The left atrium receives the blood from the pulmonary vein and pumps it into the left ventricle. The left ventricle then pumps the blood up to pumps it up. Oh, oops, I forgot to erase some stuff here. Got to erase these lines. This actually comes down behind the heart here. So this is the aorta. So what's happening is basically the blood is being pumped from each chamber to the next one. So from the right atrium, it pumps it to the right ventricle. The right ventricle then pumps it up the pulmonary artery to the lungs where it picks up oxygen. It comes back through the pulmonary vein into the left atrium, which then contracts and pushes the blood down into the left ventricle. The left ventricle then contracts and squeezes this oxygenated blood up through the aorta to the body. So this is going to body. And then this is from the body. And this is from the lung. And then this is actually, we could write to lungs up here. Ask me anything you need now, Mouse Pillow. After that, what's unclear about anything I just said? That helps a lot? Okay. Cool. Alexi, I didn't see your hydration 6 minutes ago, my guy. Cheers. Oh, and Ace and Nathan. Wait. Nathan, Ace, and Alexi, I see your hydrates, and this is for you. Okay. All right. I think so just to kind of put a pin in your question, Ashi, about body temperature. So the way that your body increases its temperature is the hypothalamus will send a signal, right? The hypothalamus will respond to the pyrogens that we talked about, and that will then the hypothalamus will send a signal throughout the body, indicating that it needs the temperature to go up. How does your body increase its temperature? There's a variety of mechanisms, but like, for example, your body can increase its temperature by increasing metabolism. So if chemical reactions start to occur faster, they produce heat. Heat is a byproduct of any reaction, right? Whenever you transfer energy from one form to another, a little bit is released as heat. So that would it be that you could increase the chemical reactions in your body as a way to increase your temperature. And the hypothalamus, which kind of send those signals to your body to do that. And there's probably specific parts of your body that are designed to emit more heat than others, like that would be more responsive to this kind of a signal. Ashi, yeah, it's kind of like a positive feedback, yeah. Temperature does increase chemical reactions, but chemical reactions also release heat. So a little bit of a positive feedback, yep. What's up, Mr. Chang? I want to jump on a quick server that Appa wants me to try about like a Pokemon Minecraft server that Appa wants me to try. So I'm going to jump on that real quick. So I might not be able to help you with a question that requires me to look stuff up too much right now. So APA. Yeah, I'll see. I'm going to do it right now. Give me 1 sec, APA. Alrighty. Okay, we are in. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Thank you for installing this mod. Now please pick your desired starter Pokemon. Well, this is an easy decision. And there's do I have the texture pack on? I don't know. I don't think so. Is there a textures pack that's supposed to go with a Pixelmon mod? But maybe, maybe not. But this is an easy decision. There's a Pixelmon texture pack. It's nice, but not nice. Do you have a link for me, Adarsh? I mean, I like things that are nice. There's no texture pack? Okay. Well, either way, I know who I'm picking here. And this is the classic pick that I've always picked ever since I played Pokemon Red in 1997. The first Pokemon I ever selected in my life. Squirtle. Always has, always will be Squirtle. And I know some of you out there are thinking Charmander is the best move, but it's Squirtle. There's Mr. Spy. All right, how does this work? Let's see. Oh, dang, Pokemon flying around up there. This game is basically, if this is like Pokemon, it's a gotta catch 'em all kind of move. Okay. Let's go find some Pokemon. Let's go find some Pokemon. What did I find? A level 1. What do I do? Do I hit it? Nope. Squirtle, I choose you. Whoa, Apple, where am I? Hold on. I'm at 230, 286. I've got a couple Pokemon in my radar here. So the question is, how do I throw a Pokeball? Whoa, I'm being attacked by a level 20 Squavit. I should probably run, huh? Because a level 5 versus a level 20, this is never happening. What kind of beginning place is this if I'm being attacked by a Pokemon? That's like 4 times the level of me. We're running. I couldn't escape. What will Squirtle do? I suppose I'm going to have to fight. I'm going to have to fight. It failed. Man, this Pokemon is failing every time it's attacking me. Oh my god, this is going to take forever to kill. Look at that. That is like so slow. How do I need to keep running. I'm going to keep running. This is not I can't escape. We have to find a village. Can I get out, please? Ah, we escaped. Okay, don't go near that thing. It's level 20. Holy cow. Get away from me. We gotta find a village. Okay. Level 7 Weedle. Stay away. How do we find a village? Maybe we just explore? Wait, you? What is you? Oh. Nice. Trico. U and then K is what? Doesn't bring anything up. I? Ooh, Pokedex? Oh, nice. Pokedex is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to press K. Oh, K takes me. Oh, I see what K did. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Back to game. K opens. This is what K opened for me. I pressed K and it opened this. It opened the wood page on the Minecraft wiki. Randomly. There's my Squirtle. I have no Pokeballs that I can think to speak of. We have to find a village. Oh, M and N is my quests. Finding a village to live is always a good start. You will need to services of their Pokemon Center to succeed. Find a village. We're tracking this. Okay, we're tracking. Well, let's find a village. All right. This is Pixelmon, Joe. Joe, you and your Magic the Gathering. Oh my god, I'm stuck. You guys have to be careful. Oh, voice chat? Okay. We have to find a village. Oh, hold on one second. My controls are off. Sprint. Akash, you've been using an algorithm to make stock trading on Hypixel Skyblock. This is not the SMP. All right, Adarsh, take it easy. Okay, let's see where we find the village. Wait, this is not... What did you find? An altar? Shrine. Okay. Doesn't do anything. After the village, then the game gets good. Okay. Wait, are you guys starting out from scratch as well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What is this dude? It's like a professor? Just chilling?
Oh, that's a trainer, so you if you throw your Pokemon at him, he'll fight you.
Okay. It seems like you can't get... So you get to choose when you engage with things in this game? Because in the original Pokemon, you just walk around and like any time something could just start a fight with you.
Yeah, I don't think they can engage with you, so only you can.
So oh, go ahead.
Maybe trainers, I'm not sure though. I don't think so though.
So we have no idea where a village is. None of us do. So we're literally just searching.
Yeah, but it's on peaceful, so we have no hunger. So.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I got attacked by a level 4. I could actually fight this thing. My speed. Do I have Pokeball? No. Can't do anything. You defeated. What did I get? I got string. Nice. I got some string. So is this game... I'm wondering if this is going to be like a mix of Pokemon and Minecraft or pure Pokemon.
It's a mix. Like, you can craft Pokeballs and stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's like these like little like, I don't know, they're like apricorn things, and if you right click on them, you get their apricorn, and then you can use that to craft Pokeballs.
Nice. All right, let's see if we can just find a village. So we're in a swamp biome now. All right, so I'm trying to remember. I don't feel like there's often... Oh, no. Toxel. Oh, I got disconnected. Flying is not enabled on this server. Okay. It's a glitch? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. If you get caught in a battle. Got it. Makes sense. I wonder if it's not a good idea to be looking for a village in a swamp biome. What's up, Adit? There's no village in a swamp, T-Chili? Wait, Audit, we're not on Twitch today for the one time. -346, -342. -346, -342. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going this way then. Wait, Audit, you said you're not on... Wait, you're not on Twitch? Do you normally... Do you normally jump on Twitch? Oh, what is I just grabbed? Tangaberry. And... Okay, berries. Yeah, usually I'm on Twitch. Well, I'm on. Oh, okay. Yeet Big Boy, got it. I am on Twitch. I currently am right on Twitch right now as well. I'm on both. I'm on Wednesdays. I do a dual stream to Twitch and YouTube for office hours. But other days I'm just on Twitch. Dang, look at all these Machokes and Machops and no, this is not my server. Not my server. I don't have to the left. I don't have permission to grant that kind of access, so. Ratatata. Wait, hold on a second. 346 negative 324. 346 negative 324. 346 negative 324. 346. It's over here somewhere. Ah, shroomish. Yeah, people don't really watch on YouTube. Wait, 3. So wait, when you fight, see, the other thing is I don't remember all of the like what the types of Pokemon are. Like if water is effective against the Shroomish. Also, there's all sorts of new Pokemon that I don't even know. Oh, I don't want to use water on a Shroomish. That's for sure. Because that like actually helped it. Oh no, I died. What does that mean? If I've run out of usable Pokemon, now I just have to deal with it. I'm trying to make my way to your Poke Center that you found. Poke? I should be getting close. Ah, here we go. Found it. Wait, is this a village? Is this considered a village or is this considered a... Got it. It's a random structure. Okay, so this setup... Wait, how do I look at what I... There we go. Squirtle looks healthy. HP, yeah. Okay, cool. Wait, so Appa, you're saying this is where we should set our base up rather than trying to find a village? This is our village. It said find a village. When it says find one, does it just literally mean make a village? Oh. Oh, no. A pie dove. I'm going to run because I don't really want to fight this thing. Don't follow the quest. Okay. Oh, yes, got away. Okay, so... Man, I have to remember how to play Minecraft from the start. I'm so used to our server where we... Ultra Space Portal? Wait, what is that? What's it for? It looks cool. Brings you to another dimension. Oh, it looks like a wormhole. Nice. With the, oh yeah, an ultra beast. Okay. If you go in, you can't come back out. Yikes. Okay, so let's see. When we set up a village, are we just literally setting up a place to do normal Minecraft stuff, right? Okay. Let's see if I can remember how to do normal Minecraft stuff. So what I want to do is craft, I should get wood to make some pickaxes. I think that's the first step. It's been a long time since I've actually played Minecraft, like, from scratch. Oh, you got stone already? Nice. Thank you. Let's build a... First thing we want to do is build a crafting table. We need sticks. Pickaxe. Wait, are weapons useful in this game, like a sword, or not really because we're just fighting Pokemon? Yeah, that's what it makes sense. So probably an axe would be useful. Bingo. Bango. Grab this. Wait, where? So we grow these, and then we use the apricorns to make Pokeballs? Nice. Little Pokeball farm. I'm assuming that there's places in the game to buy Pokeballs as well, like little marts, Pokemart somewhere. seeds. Wait, what are these buttons? V? G and B. Wait. Can I tell my Pokemon to forage? Like to do something? So it's saying... It looks like it's saying you could like have your Pokemon go out and like find some stuff for you. Like it looks like it could maybe like go forage for some whatever this berry is. But I don't know how to actually activate that. But I don't know. Interesting. Maybe something to figure out. Anyway, I guess maybe just start building a structure. Wait, do we even need a house in this game? Like, what's the point of building a house? Yeah, I was gonna say, because like, there's nothing, you don't need to protect yourself from anything. See if we can find some iron, maybe. Actually, no, I don't want to do this. The way to find iron is probably find like a ravine or something somewhere. Oh, here we go. Ooh, coal. Whoa, what's this? I just found something called a leaf stone shard. Evolving, okay. Probably going to be some good iron over here in this mountain. Oh. Wait, why are you playing at 30 FPS? Is it your PC? I feel like Minecraft is not too bad. Maybe it's because it's a Java game, Java based, so like your computer is not handling it well. I don't know, man. But 30 FPS is not fun. What kind of computer do you have though? Is it like a laptop or are you playing on a desktop? Oh, Acer gaming comp. Yeah, it should not. It's just a Acer gaming laptop. Trying to think why you would be limited on FPS for a game like Minecraft, but not for something like Valorant. I wonder if it has to do with like just like a Java issue. Have you tried playing Minecraft on Bedrock Edition or Windows Edition rather than Java to see if that changed anything? Might be worth a shot just to see if like it is a Java issue, because if it's still the same on Windows, like the Windows version rather than the Java version, then you know it's something else. If you care enough to try and figure that out, I guess. I'm getting a ton of coal right now, but no iron yet. Yeah, I would say as I walk around and look at the different Pokemon, I probably a solid 60 to 70% of them I don't recognize. But you have to remember, like, I'm stuck on like the original Pokemon, like the first 150. The original, gotta catch them all 150, not the whatever it's expanded to. Your GPU. What GPU do you have? Oh, it's not. It's using, yeah. So sometimes with, yeah, it's weird. Sometimes with sometimes with laptops, I find that for some games don't actually tap into your. Can you change what it's using? Should be able to. I wonder if it's in the Minecraft settings. Dang, dude, why is iron so tricky to find right now? Wait, iron can only be found at certain levels, right? So I won't be able to find it actually up on mountain tops, probably. Roly-coly. Oh, dang. Wait, there's a Charmander here. Maybe that's not rare. I would have thought like a starter Pokemon. Finding a starter Pokemon in the wild seems rare. It was used to be like really rare. They are rare? Wait, okay. Question. Okay, so like if you leave the game, do they all reset? Does the locations of Pokemon reset? Like, so for example, what if I like built like a wall around a like let's say I don't have a Pokeball, right? But I'm like, oh, I really want to catch this thing. Can I build a wall around the Charmander so that it's stuck there and then it'll just be there when I come back? Or it just disappears whenever you log? Oh, it's like mobs. Okay. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. I might find some iron here. This looks promising. Mudbray. Oh no. Level 11? Nope. That's a no from me. Oh, nice. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah, we're gonna find some iron in here. But I should make some torches first. Really? No iron? Gee. Oh dang, an onyx. Wait, diamonds are ready, Appa? What? How? That's insane. I haven't even found iron yet. How do you have 61 iron, my guy? You found a ravine. Nice. Nice. I've been having no luck right now, so I'm trying to find at least something of a ravine-like thing for myself. It says display 24 Intel. Yeah, you should be able to change the display to use your GPU. What kind of you have an NVIDIA? What GPU do you have? You have an NVIDIA? But like what model? Or like what what's the name of it? GeForce GTX. GTX what? Like 9 something, 8 something, 10 something? Where do you check that? Just type in, open your, go to your, like the little search button on Windows. type in DX diag and hit enter. Or you could look at the NVIDIA control panel, but usually I just type in DX diag, which is the DirectX diagnostic, and it opens up a menu that shows your specs. So like on mine, it shows what my processor is, how much memory I have, and then if you go to display, right, mine says GeForce GTX 970 is my chip type. Freaking APA, dude. What do you even need diamonds for in this game? Just a better pickaxe? It's a 1050. Wait, so Appa, open up your NVIDIA control panel and go to, there should be something that says Manage 3D Settings in there. Click Manage 3D Settings in your NVIDIA control panel, and then where you can go to Program Settings, and you can select a program. So you would select Minecraft, and then you would select your NVIDIA graphics card as your preferred graphics processor for the program, and hopefully that would cause Minecraft to run using your graphics card rather than it just defaulting to your CPU, basically your Intel CPU, and just sort of ignoring the fact that you have this graphics card. Also, I would imagine that your CPU is like running really hot if Minecraft is trying to like pull your CPU into the graphics processing. Boom. Let me see if this works, because if I go to my NVIDIA control panel, oh, I don't even have my NVIDIA control panel installed. I'm not going to install it. Ooh, what's this? Wait, Appa, are you sure that when a seed is generated using a Pixelmon mod, that it's not just like higher percentage of diamonds? Because the amount of diamonds that you found within the first like 30 minutes of this is absolutely insane. Feels unreal. Oh jeez. Oh jeez, that's deep. You got it to work? What did you do? How did you fix it? And you just made it so you just set it so that Minecraft used it instead of like universal. Yeah, that makes sense. It's weird to me that that wouldn't just be the default. Like I'm trying to imagine, like, in what world would you want to not use your your GPU? But yeah, it must feel nice. It's kind of like yeah, dude. Wait. Okay, hold on, Mr. Spy. Wait a minute. Wait, have you been using your laptop for 3 years and just now activated your GPU? Oh my god, I can't believe that. That is, bro. That's that is like, what a waste. But hey, at least now you're back. You got it. Most games use video. Yeah. So my guess is that most high-end games that have like 3D, like more intense 3D processing, will probably like force your GPU to be used, or else they probably won't run. But games that are more simple, like Minecraft, or yeah, exactly, like browsers and stuff. But dude, I think you're gonna be surprised at the performance increase. It's gonna be nice for you. It's gonna be like after I got my nose surgery and I couldn't breathe through my nose for a full week, and then they took the things out of my nose. Dude, the first day, I felt like a racehorse. I was like, just breathing everything, the smells. But unfortunately, after like a couple days, you're just going to get used to it again. And eventually it'll be your new normal. I need to be able to shovel. Well, congrats, dude. It's kind of like you just got a new computer. For free. Ooh, redstone? Is this redstone? No. Rubies? Wait, what are rubies used for? Armor. Armor? Okay. 24 diamonds. Well, sounds like we know who to come for diamonds. Wait, is that iron right there? The texture pack in this game is a little strange. I'm actually having a hard time identifying like what each thing is. This has got to be iron. Oh, there's new ore. Okay, like what is this then? Silicon. I got silicon. Am I making like computer chips over here? Diglet. I hear a diglet. Oh no. Wait. Oh, whoa. I think I found an underground mine. Good point, Nathan. My torches. This is different ore as well. Oof, this one's tough to mine. I wonder what this is. Wait, it didn't give me anything? It's like nothing comes out of it. Nothing. It doesn't generate anything. Maybe I need to use a different pickaxe. That's actually looks more like goldish color. Yellowish gold. Aluminum. Okay. I found a underground mine, by the way, or excuse me, an underground what are they called? This is iron. Please tell me this is iron. Yes. All right, found iron at last. Yes, mine shaft. I found a mine shaft, Nathan. With tons of spider webs. Ooh, a mob spawner. The spider spawner. Is that iron there too? Yes. All right. Should be able to get enough iron here to get some iron pickaxes. I have to be very careful. I'm going to get lost. Okay, let's do this. Oh, wait. I think I found... No, that's not diamond. That looks like something else. It can't be diamond because I'm not deep enough. Wait. Do you think this is diamond, Nathan? Or this? I don't think these are diamond because I'm not deep enough for diamond. There's different minerals in this game, so... Ooh, what's here? Ooh, firestone, covered fossil, pumpkin seeds. Ooh, an iron pickaxe. Pumpkin seeds. Just maybe we can use pumpkin seeds for something. It did look like it though. You're right. All right, this is get out of here. We're using iron pickaxe. Let's see what this is. Let's go ahead and hack away at this. What is it? It's crystal. Whoa, I almost just fell down there. Yikes. Wait, there was more crystal here somewhere? Oh my god, this thing is never ending. Jesus. It's never ending. All right, what is this? Yes, you were right. It is bauxite. So the cool thing is that if you have no Pokemon available to fight, like if they're all fainted, then you don't get attacked by anything. I could have sworn there was more diamond around here somewhere, but now I can't find it. Well, okay, so I guess the question is, oh, is that Diamond? It is Diamond. I'm going down there. Wait, can I, is there a water that I can jump into? No. Wait. What's up, Hia? I am still live, yeah. I transitioned from doing office hours to playing some Pokemon Minecraft. Ooh, what's this? There's all sorts of different minerals in this game that didn't exist previously. Interesting. Sapphire. A lot of gems. Actually, you know what? I don't have to worry about getting lost because you can't die unless you fall. So I don't worry about hunger. I don't worry about mobs. I can just go forever. I can just go forever. So Hia, what was your reason for wanting to become vegan? Was it mostly like an ethical kind of thing? Just like the suffering that the animals experience, or was it more health or more environmental issues associated with animal agriculture? There's a lot of different reasons why you could do why you could go the vegan route, and they all have their own a lot of people. For a lot of people, I would say for most people, it's ethical. They just can't sort of bear the idea of what happens to the animals. But for some people it's health, some people it's environment. For me, I would say it's probably a mix of them, but probably most strongly the ethical. But I think when you think about ethics, environment and ethics are kind of tied together, because if you really think about it from a moral standpoint, like the environment deserves to be protected too, because it's going to impact biodiversity and other species and even humans if the environment is degraded the way it is due to climate change. Amethyst. I don't really know what all of this stuff I'm collecting is going to be used for, but I'm assuming it's useful. You learned about it in Apes, yeah. Well, I mean, you learned about the environmental implications in Apes, but you didn't learn about... We didn't really spend too much time on the moral, like the philosophical argument about why consuming animal products is sort of like a moral negative. What up, Lucasaurus Rex? It's more iron. We are playing Pixelmon. It is Pixelmon, as you can hear the whining diglets everywhere. Enchanted Efficiency 5. I guys found an Efficiency 5 enchanted book. Holy shnikes. Gold ingots, moon, covered fossil. All right, we're running out of space here. What up, Michael? Indeed, this is Pokemon mod in Minecraft. Man, I'm running out of room. I gotta get rid of some of this stuff. Get rid of this. Drop these seeds. Grab this fossil. Maybe use redstone at some point. Don't need these saplings. Don't need that lily pad. I don't know what these berries are for. A lot of stuff in this game, I literally have no idea what's the point. I don't know why I need mutton. Feather. I don't need that stone pickaxe, that's for sure. And I'm just making my way deeper, deeper, and deeper here. With literal no thought for my own safety. That's what I was told, Lucas. All right, at a certain point, I've got to like sort of stop pursuing this endless mine. Holy. Got a ghastly. Iron is the most useful material in this pack. Okay. Wait, why is iron the most useful? The Norwegian forest cat. It's a very regal looking cat, I will give you that. Uh-oh, I'm getting sleepy. I got the yawn right there. You searched up Optogenetics. Apparently it can be used with CRISPR, which is really cool as well. But yeah, I'm going to go soon, thanks. It can be used with CRISPR. Let me think about how that would even make sense. Like, what would it do? I'm trying to think, like, how would it be used with CRISPR? Is it that, like, it helps, like, activate CRISPR or target where CRISPR is supposed to go? Lucas, because there isn't danger of mobs. Pokeballs need iron, and it's kind of the base for the most builds in the mod pack. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Like, it doesn't really, like, we don't need, like, really crazy armor or really crazy... In fact, we don't even need armor. We don't even need weapons or armor. Like, the only thing we really need are pickaxes, axes, shovels. Just tools to, like, extract resources. Wait, can this game be turned into more of a survival game? Like where you would have enemies and you would need armor and tools? Or weapons, rather? That would make this game a lot harder. More hardcore. Oh, some armors that give buffs. That's good. That makes sense. How long? So is this game like you progress through the gyms? Just like regular Pokemon? Like you defeat gym owners? I think it's that there are two different things, but both considered to be breakthroughs in biotech. They both can be used in the sense that both have to be used for checkers. Oh, okay, Ashi, I see what you're saying. Got it. You're gonna look at it over break more. Nice. Well, if you look into it and do some research on it over break, and you find out more info on it, and you're open to it, I'd love to hear you hear what you found. Give me a little report. Some spring break research homework. I want you to report back on your optogenetics research. Pixelmon has gyms and villages, but there isn't much of a goal. Definitely more of a multiplayer mod pack, in my opinion. Got it. Got it. Okay, well, I've kind of gone way too long just sort of finding stuff. I think I'm going to go back and start to think a little bit about, like, well, what do we do now that we've collected this stuff? What are our next steps? Oh, well, my first next step is to build a new pickaxe. No diamonds yet, Appa. I have not found a single diamond. Actually, I think I might have seen one diamond, but I couldn't get to it. But I found a ton of other stuff. Now the question is, have I trapped myself in a maze? Oh, wait, what do I need to do? I need to smelt my ores, which means I need to build... Ooh. Another crafting table. Okay. Yeah, I'll look up the Pokeball stuff. Wait, how do we build a There we go. Don't need to do it right. This is gonna take a while. So maybe I do this. Just build another Oh, those are different things. Bauxite. What up, dap on 'em haters? You have to talk about air pollution in Phoenix, Arizona to your English class. Okay. What do you got to talk about? What about air pollution? It's kind of a lot in there. Anything in particular? Favorite Pokemon off the top of my head? Shoot, my favorite Pokemon off the top of my head. Man, that's actually a really hard question. I think it's gonna be one of the originals, from Pokemon Red and Blue back in the 90s. Probably. Who did I remember I would always use a certain Pokemon like at the top of my roster. I would spam that Pokemon. It was like I definitely liked Charizard when I would use Charmander as a starter. But who did I end up using a lot? Gyarados is actually pretty bad. I like Gyarados. Blaziken, Machamp, and Noivern are your go-tos. I don't know Noivern or Blaziken. I do know Machamp, though. I've played Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue. I played Pokemon Snap for N64, the game where you take pictures of Pokemon. That was actually pretty fun. I played a little bit of Pokemon Go when it came out and it was popular, but it didn't last long for me. Got kind of bored with it. And then I played. I'll be honest. I think that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't played that much Pokemon outside of the originals. That was just sort of where I spent most of my days. You want to talk about how air pollution affects the community, health-wise, and environmentally. i.e. asthma attacks. Particulates getting into our lungs. Apparently it is linked with premature death and dementia as well. Okay, so you're talking more about direct health effects of air pollution. One thing that you can also talk about is, so in Arizona, you have a lot of, you have high intensity UV light, right? Because of the, your location. Photochemical smog is formed when pollutants from car exhaust react with UV light to form things like ozone, which are a pollutant and can affect respiratory systems. And so you might have higher levels of photochemical smog in Arizona, especially in the larger cities with lots of cars. I don't know where in Arizona you are, but that might be an interesting one. Like I know, for example, in like Los Angeles, it's a real problem. Places like the Bay Area can be problematic. And then in other countries where they don't have the kind of regulations for car emissions, places like Mexico City, for example, have real issues with photochemical smog. But yeah, particulates are mainly going to be a problem, right? Because they come from, let's see, where do particulates in the air come from? Mostly from, so you got coal power plants can emit particulates, although there are things like electrostatic precipitators and scrubbers that we install on these power plants to remove some of them. Particulates are also emitted from fires. Anytime you combust something like a forest fire, can be emitted from dust storms. What else? Let's burn some silicon. Let's burn some bauxite, and let's burn some. Oh dang, boy, gold! I got a ton of iron ore. We talking asthma? We are a little bit, Nathan. What do you got about? Have you experienced asthma yourself? I've been lucky to not have ever had asthma. I feel very lucky because I know that it's not a fun disorder. Asthma attacks are legit something I had since first grade. Yikes. Sorry to hear that, Nathan. Nathan, I feel like you've got some health issues in a couple of different realms. You said you had you have asthma, but you said, didn't you also say you had eczema as well? Bauxite, silicon. And you have food allergies. Yikes. That sounds rough, Nathan. I'm sorry to hear that you've got like a variety of different health issues that are just sort of like something that you were just, born with or have. Is there any does the doctor have you what has the doctors told you anything about like why they think you have these variety of health issues, like why you have eczema, asthma, food allergies? Like, is your immune system compromised in some way, or do you know what's going on there in particular, or is it just still a mystery? Lucas, that's good that your eczema's gone recently. That's nice. Your eczema's gotten better, but you don't think it will go away. Yeah, eczema is a really tough one. Eczema is one of those things that people are still not 100% sure why it is the way it is. People are like, yeah, we don't really know why people get eczema. We don't know what causes it. We don't really have great solutions. It seems to come and go randomly. We have some hypotheses that it's an immune thing, but yeah, that's kind of best we can do. So. Dap on them haters. The air pollution problem in Phoenix is primarily the urban sprawl. So many unclean energy cars polluting the air with no regulation on unclean car energy. During the first months of lockdown, air pollution fell because no one was driving. I also have to talk about solutions. As the Ape teacher, how feasible is the solution to you? Lobbying the government /EPA /financing American Lung Association to push for regulations on car emissions through capping unclean car sales. Let me think. A couple things. First, when you say unclean car energy, what do you mean by that? That's very broad to me. Do you mean non-electric vehicles, like any vehicle that runs on a fossil fuel, like gas, oil, diesel? Or do you mean cars that don't have like a catalytic converter installed so that it can extract some of the pollutants from the emissions? Because if it's the latter, I'm positive that there are federal standards for all cars being built after a certain time are required to have catalytic converters. I'm pretty sure that that is an EPA requirement on car standards. Nathan, you just grew up with eczema your whole life. Asthma will eventually go away. You just have to live with it. Yeah. It sounds like a lot of this stuff is just unknown for you. That's rough. Today you learned that there's a National Door Association. I wonder, there's like a national association for everything, isn't there, at a certain point? Take this coal back. Take this coal. Okay, now let's see if I can find my way out before I call it a night. Non-electric. Non-electric. Okay, so your solution to Arizona pollution caused by car emissions. All right, Ashi, have a good night. I will see you later. Don't worry, it was not too much. Not too much. So your potential solution is that you want to contact or push or lobby, which basically means influence in some way or another. I don't think you can lobby the EPA because the EPA is not a politician. The EPA is a governmental agency. So you could petition the EPA, but I don't think the word lobby there is what you're looking for, because the word lobby is typically used in relationship to trying to influence a politician, not an entire agency like the EPA. So you could petition the EPA or something like that. Now, but here's the question. Do you know what the current EPA emission standards are related to vehicles? Like, do you know, like, what's going on as of right now in regards to the EPA? All right, I just got to get out of here. And sort of just to give you my, like, 2-cent real quick take on, like, whether that's feasible. I think it's feasible. Like, yeah, you can do it. How effective is it going to be to lobby? I think there's already a lot of regulation in regards to car emissions. If you're trying to push for something like you're gonna, what did you say? You want to regulation on car emissions through capping unclean car sales. That's gonna be very difficult to do. And the reason why that's going to be very difficult to do by capping the sales of cars with unclean emissions is that's a direct intervention into the market. It's very rare that we have a direct intervention into a market in such a way where we tell a company, you cannot sell this. You have to limit the amount of things that you sell. Your product, you cannot sell as many of them. So you're going to have a very difficult time getting that kind of a thing, any traction. The United States is a very capitalistic, market-driven country, and companies have a lot of power and a lot of sway. And anytime you start to try and like get in there and be like, you can't sell your product, like you have to limit the amount that you sell, you have to deal with all sorts of consequences. Okay, a couple of things. We're going to get a lot of pushback from the companies. If you limit, then here's another thing. What are you going to do? So if you limit, let's say you go to like Ford or Chevy and you're like, hey, you are selling, we're having an issue with emissions from car exhaust, from, non-renewable, like non-electric vehicles. You cannot sell, we're going to cap the number of gasoline burning cars that you sell. How do you know that the company, that Chevy, what they're going to do then is be like, well, that's going to limit our profitability, which means that we can't pay as much out to our workers. Therefore, we have to let people go. So we have to fire people because you have come in and said, hey, you can't make as much money. Now, the question is, you might argue, well, what if we say you have to sell, what if they have to sell other cars? Okay, well, how long are you going to give them to develop a business plan and a business model in which they have enough of alternative energy cars to make up for the loss that they would have from not selling their gas-based cars? 2, what do you do with the demand? What if there's just a bunch of people that still want to buy gas cars? Do you just tell people, sorry, all the gas cars have been sold. Anyone who wants a gas car, you're out of luck because they're already been sold. So what you're going to do, if you do that, is you're going to artificially inflate the market. And so now, because there's only a certain number of gas-based cars that are allowed to be sold, what you're going to do is you're going to get a lot of people now who got in and bought a gas-based car before the cap was reached. Now, what are they going to do? Now they're sitting on something that might be way more valuable than it otherwise was because it's artificially limited. It's more scarce. So you could probably sell it on the flip side to people who really, really want one. So you might be creating a valuable, quote unquote, black market or kind of like a scalping. You know how like you talk about the graphics cards, the recent graphic card that came out where there was not enough of them to go around, and so people started scalping them for higher prices. If you limit car sales, you might get you might generate a scalping market for car sales. Who knows? You just have to think about all of the downstream effects of doing something like intervening in a marketplace like that. It's not impossible, but it's, there's a lot more to consider than just, hey, just don't sell as many gas-powered cars. Sorry, I kind of gish-galloped you there with a lot of information, but those are just my initial thoughts when you present something like that to me. I do have to go soon, though, so if you have any particular questions that you want me to answer. Is that an issue, artificially limiting the market through and artificially influencing the value of non-electric cars? Is that an issue? I mean, what do you imagine? What's the alternative? If you limit, just tell me if you limit the number of cars that are being sold of a certain kind, what happens? Do you just think people are going to be like, oh, well, then therefore I don't want them, and the demand is just going to go away because the supply isn't there? Is that what you're envisioning? I'm just trying to get out of here, Appa. I'm just trying to grind my way out. I could probably just dig up. I have no idea where I am, to be fair, so I should just dig my way out of here. But, you know, ultimately the problem is whenever you try and enforce environmental regulation, the economic realities of our system start to really show themselves, and things are never quite as easy as you think. Everything is way more complicated and nuanced than you could imagine, unfortunately. It'd be nice if we could just say, all right, stop selling gas cars, we're going to sell electric cars now only, and we're going to deal with that. It's like, not so easy. You have big, you have a lot of people who might lose jobs, right? What about all of the people who own stock in these companies? If their profitability goes down, guess what? Stock price goes down. You're going to have a lot of investors very angry that own stock in these massive companies. There's just so many. Once you start pulling one string, you'll start to realize, like, oh, wait, there's a lot that starts to unravel. Now, I mean, that could still be your proposal, but I think just knowing the complexities of the situation will help you present it in a way that's realistic and not just sort of this idealistic thing. The problem that I find as an environmental science teacher, but also somebody who's like a relative, I would call myself a pessimist generally, or a cynic a little bit. I like to use the term realist, but some people would say it's pessimistic or cynical, is that there's a lot of people who are like really gung-ho on environmentalism, which I think is good. The spirit of it is good, but there's just a lot of lack of understanding of like the realities of the world. And a lot of people think that it's just, well, we should just do it. Like just switch to like, renewable energy and just switch to electric cars and, stop using plastic. And it's like, yeah, like, of course, like we would love to be able to do that, but sorry, like life is way, way more complicated than just, oh wait, here we are. We're getting back. I found the spider spawner. We're close to where I entered. And then down there is unless this is a random other spider spawner. Nope, this is right. We're back here. We're good. We're good. So this way, through here. I came this way. Found it. Found the exit. But I should mark this place because this is a great place to explore for all sorts of resources. So I'm going to mark it with some torches or something on the outside. So yeah, dap on them haters. I didn't mean to potentially dampen your spirit or like diminish your thoughts, but I'm just trying to give you the real deal, Or write the chords. It's a good idea. So this is oh, my pickaxe. No. Oh, no. Went all the way down there. Well, I don't need it. I have plenty of iron and stuff. What is the chords here? 561 -533. How do you make a sign in this game? Wait, what happened, Appa? Keldeo has spawned in a river biome. It's telling us that because that's a legendary Pokemon. There's no way that we can catch it, though, because we're too early in the game. 1 stick, 6 planks. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 1 stick, 6 planks. Got it. Oh, it gives you 3 signs. That's nice. Wait. (563) negative 532. That's actually easy. 563 negative 532. 563. Wait, it's just across the river, actually. What up, Nate the Great? I'm actually about to get off Diaz because I'm getting tired. I actually don't need to remember the chords because it's from our base. If I just look across the river, it's right over here. Oh, it's Moz. I always forget who people are, Moz, with their username, so my bad. I'll have to give a buffer period for these companies to adjust. We have a lot of influence in the American Lung Association, so it can be done. With regards to side effects of just going in and implementing, people who are going to buy cars can buy the electric vehicles, and if they really want to buy artificially inflated gas cars, we can help some car companies build the electric vehicles. We have 40K disposable. Investors or something have to suck it. We will give the buffer time period to adjust. Yeah, that's another thing you can do. You can just say, it is what it is. Nice. Okay. So it's just right over there. I'm just going to leave myself facing the direction in which that cavern is. Okay. All right. I'm going to call it a night. And I will see everybody later. Maz, if you want to talk more about that stuff, feel free to jump on the stream anytime this week. And I can chat with you about it. Also, Maz, if you want to chat about it more fluidly, so you don't have to so that we can go back and forth, so you don't have to type a big block of text and then I respond. You can jump on the Discord and I can drag you into the voice channel and we can chat to get about it. It might just be way smoother, and we can kind of go back and forth a little easier. And that goes for anybody, by the way. If anybody wants to talk about anything that they're interested in, I think it's probably way faster if you just jump on the Discord, because then we can actually chat. And it's also probably more interesting for people watching to hear that conversation in real time rather than sort of a back and forth on through text. But anyway, that's it for me. All right, everybody. I will see you all later. I'm a little sleepy, so I'm out. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see some of you tomorrow. And for those of you I don't see, I will see you when I see you.